All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM, New York.
Good afternoon. 78 degrees at 4 o'clock. I'm Bud Mishkin. Here's what's happening. An estimated 1 million people on hand to take part and watch in the New York City Pride March today. How to try to stem the tide of fires caused by lithium-ion batteries for e-bikes. Police looking for the public's help in 3 punchings, 2 on the subways, 1 in Lower Manhattan. What next in Russia, one day after the promised and then aborted uprising against Vladimir Putin? And a story about Cadillacs in Iran? We'll explain. Baseball, the Mets are leading the Phillies 6-3 in the 7th inning in Philadelphia. Yankees trail 3-2 to the Rangers in the Bronx in the 8th inning. AccuWeather, still a couple of showers and thunderstorms around until early this evening, especially in New Jersey. Wins News Time 4:01. That's time for traffic and transit with Gloria Chapa.
Well, we do have a couple of problems out here. We'll start out in Queens. Eastbound LIE at Queens Boulevard, there's a crash. Right now you have 2 left lanes blocked with fire department activity. It is pretty heavy starting at about the BQE. Then it's going to be slow Casino Boulevard to the Cross Island Parkway. Meanwhile, heading to what we see on Long Island's Big 3, the westbound LIE is going to be sluggish going into the Northern State Parkway connector, again into Queens. Westbound Northern State is slow from the LIE connector going into Lakeville Road, and the Southern State has delays westbound from Route 106 into Peninsula Boulevard. Now, here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. There's police activity on the inbound upper level of the George. It looks like a center lane is blocked. It's going to be 45 on the upper, 1 hour and more on the lower inbound, 25 to 30 out. Lincoln 30 in, 10 to 15 out. Holland 30 to 35 inbound, and 15 minutes on the outbound side. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the ones and breaking traffic alerts as it happens. I'm Gloria Chapa. 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
It's been a hot, muggy day for those marching in the New York City Pride March today and those watching. Let's get the latest now from AccuWeather's Brian Thompson. Brian?
Yeah, but the good news is for the Pride March and a lot of the other events around the city, we really didn't have a whole lot of rain this afternoon. A lot of the heaviest rain and the most numerous showers and thunderstorms stayed just to the west of the city across northeast New Jersey. That was pretty much the hardest hit area this afternoon. We still have some flash flood warnings in effect for some of the residual flooding from earlier in eastern parts of Passaic County and northwestern parts of Bergen County. Some places picked up 1 to 3 inches of rain in a short period of time. Good news is we don't really have any rain falling in those areas now, and it's actually turned out to be pretty sunny. It is going to stay humid as we head through the nighttime hours tonight. We'll still have the risk for a shower or thunderstorm, and it's going to be humid and stormy throughout the week ahead. Bud?
All right, Brian, thank you. Wins News Time 4:03. It has been a day of celebration for the New York City Pride March. The march here and in cities across the country. 1010 Wins reporter Darius Radzius has been along the parade route all day.
The parade route is filled with colors, and the energy here is very high. This is the second time Ashley Glover is attending this parade.
Really excited and happy. It's great to be here.
Parade organizer Kaz Alexander says the city has hosted the Pride March for about 40 years, but this one, he says, is an important one.
There are so many bills that have been passed all over the country that are really hard-hitting against the LGBTQ community, and we want to make sure that we have the opportunity to fight back.
Queens native Jojo Guaz came all the way from Los Angeles to be in this parade.
Love, happiness, excitement, energy, acceptance. That's the biggest thing.
Darius Radzius, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM at Madison Square Park.
It's actually been a weekend of events. Hundreds of people marched yesterday in the 6th Youth Pride Festival in Harlem. This is organizer David Clark.
So an event like this is very important because a lot of queer youth need a very safe space to be themselves and really get out and enjoy life as their true, authentic queer self.
As I mentioned, pride parades being held in numerous cities, including Chicago.
It's a parade that draws thousands to Chicago's North Side.
Chicago is a welcoming and accepting city.
And to ensure today's festive pride parade goes off without a hitch, Chicago Interim Police Superintendent Fred Waller says it's all hands on deck.
We're going to have additional officers deployed to staff the parade route.
Waller has spent time meeting with business owners and community members to talk about public safety and says when the parade winds down,
we're going to have our most experienced officers working throughout the night after the parade.
Let's correspondent Jennifer Kuiper. Wins News Time 4:05. In other news, hardly a week goes by when we don't have some type of story about a fire caused by lithium-ion batteries connected to e-bikes. The latest, the fire that killed 4 people last Tuesday at an e-bike repair shop on the Lower East Side.
Coming to New York City are safer ways for e-bike delivery workers to store and charge their lithium-ion batteries. Senator Chuck Schumer says $25 million in federal money will pay for them.
The funding here will be used to install 173 electric mobility charging and storage stations at 53 NYCHA developments.
The charging stations will be outdoors and locked. Lithium-ion battery fires have been linked to 13 deaths in New York City so far this year. Gustavo Ache, founder of Deliveristas Unidos, said the money is a step in the right direction.
We depend on this type of bike every day. This is our equipment to provide for our families.
But he said there are 65,000 e-bike delivery workers, so many more charging stations are needed. Carol Dioria, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM on the Lower East Side.
Quick check of AccuWeather again. The possibility of showers and thunderstorms around tonight, mainly in New Jersey. Otherwise, it'll be a cloudy and humid night with a low only of 69. More of the same tomorrow. Humid day, showers, thunderstorms. Any afternoon and evening thunderstorm could bring damaging wind gusts, hail, and a flooding downpour. High of 81. Tuesday and Wednesday, humid with a few showers and thunderstorms around. Still the potential for downpours. High 77 on Tuesday and pretty much the same on Wednesday. Wins News Time 4:06. Police are looking for the public's help in connection with 3 punching incidents, 2 in the subway, 1 in Lower Manhattan. Details on one of the punchings that happened last Sunday just before midnight. 27-year-old woman was punched seemingly at random on a southbound A train platform inside the Clinton Street and Washington Avenue subway station. Victim suffered swelling and bruising to her face. Suspect fled. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers, 1-800-577-TIPS. Wins News Time 4:07 on a much, much lighter note.
Hello, mother. Hello, father. Here I am at Camp Granada.
The greatest song ever written about summer camp. It's that time of year again. Kids getting ready for summer camp, either here in the city or in parts beyond. Lauren Wexler oversees a wide range of camps as the director of children's enrichment and engagement for the 92nd Street Y.
Everybody has a connection to camp, and whether it's as a camper or a staff member, and those are really meaningful experiences that you don't necessarily get in other realms of your life.
Well, maybe not everyone, but a lot of us, and that's true. Those ties bind for a long time after summer camp. Wins News Time 4:08. Is SAG-AFTRA, the union that represents actors, as well as television and radio news and sports anchors and reporters, about to follow the WGA and going on strike? There's less than a week before the union's TV and theatrical contract expires. This will affect actors, not the news people. An update from Union President Fran Drescher on Saturday.
We are having an extremely productive negotiations that are laser focused on all of the crucial issues you told us are most important to you. And we're standing strong, and we're going to achieve a seminal deal.
About 160,000 members, SAG-AFTRA members, would be affected by a potential strike. 81 degrees in Midtown, going down to a low of 69 later on tonight. Wins News Time 4:09. Traffic and AccuWeather up next.
You don't need to get personal, like revealing orange juice commercials make you cry, to get the State Farm personal price plan. Just call or go to statefarm.com for a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Landmark College, the college for students who learn differently, offers summer programs to help high school and college students unlock their learning abilities and discover how their unique thinking makes a difference. Landmark College offers programs beginning in July for rising high school juniors and seniors, recent high school graduates, and current college students struggling to find success in and out of the classroom. There's still time to apply for summer. Visit landmark.edu/summer.
Is your old bulk tank water heater dying? That's a good thing, because now you have the perfect excuse to get that Navien tankless water heater. Hot water as much as you need, only when you need it. Your old tank hot water heater kept pouring your money into itself. A Navien only heats water when you need it heated. Rest of the time, you're just saving the bucks. Put new life into your hot water. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com today and check out Navien's strong warranty too. Water, heat it only when you need it with Navien.
Protect
your engine against sludge and wear with a synthetic oil change. O'Reilly Auto Parts has 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $35.95. Plus, get 2 times O Rewards points. Our professional parts people can recommend the supplies you need, including a filter, funnel, shop towels, drain pan, and more. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Asheville can't be put in a box. We can barely be contained by mountains and rivers, surrounded by nature that nurtures us. Our roots run deep. Here, you'll find thought leaders and thought provokers. We craft and brew and make and innovate, always flowing in our own direction. We're a mixture of flavors, a hybrid of styles, and through it all, we are always Asheville. Dream bigger and linger longer at exploreasheville.com.
Wins News Time, 4:11. That's time for traffic and transit with Gloria Chapa.
Let's start you out with what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. It's getting worse at the George Washington Bridge. So right now, it's about an hour and 20 minutes if you're going inbound on the upper level. It's about an hour and 10 minutes on the lower level. So still not great. If you're heading outbound, you'll see 40 to 45 minutes. The Lincoln is 35 in, 10 to 15 out. And the Holland is 30 to 35 in and a 15-minute wait on the outbound side. Now heading over to the New York State Thruway southbound before exit 1 in Yonkers. Looks like we've got a crash there on the right lane. 287 eastbound after exit 9A. Another crash reported there. Now in Queens, eastbound LIE at Queens Boulevard. That crash has been moved. Looks like there's a car off on the zebra stripes to the right, not really blocking traffic. So that's good news. And then heading over to the Pride Parade and Festival. Expect street closures from 5th Avenue and 25th Street to 7th Avenue and 16th Street as the parade winds its way over. I'm Gloria Chapa. Our next report at 421. 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Check out the forecast. And for those of us who need it to stay dry tonight, selfishly, we're really listening to see if there's going to be rain tonight. Let's check in with AccuWeather's Brian Thompson. Brian?
Yeah, it looks promising on the radar right now, but we really didn't get much rain in the city as we went through the afternoon. Most of the activity was across across northeastern New Jersey, where we did have some flash flood warnings. Those flash flood warnings have just been canceled as the heaviest rain has now moved on. In fact, it's not even raining across most of northeast New Jersey, and the skies actually turned out mostly sunny over the city, and looking pretty promising here as we head at least into the evening hours. We'll still have the threat for a shower or thunderstorm in spots, but again, looks like a lot of the time is going to be dry. Still could have a stray thunderstorm around tonight, low 69. It will be rather cloudy and humid and warm and sticky tomorrow with clouds and some breaks of sun. There will be a few more showers and thunderstorms around. Could be a little more widespread tomorrow, and the threat for severe weather will be a little bit higher tomorrow, so damaging wind gusts and hail, in addition to the threat for downpours possible with any storm tomorrow, a high of 81. And then for Tuesday and Wednesday, much like today, we'll have some breaks of sun. There will be some showers and storms around. Still the potential for downpours as it stays humid. Highs will be in the upper 70s. Mostly sunny and 81 degrees right now in Midtown. We're going down to 69 for a low tonight. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station. 1010 winds on 92.3 FM.
Thank you, Brian. Wins News Time, 4:13. Coming up one day later, and still plenty of mystery as to what's next.
Tired of buying a bunch of different shorts for working out, looking good, and just life in general? Try Bird Dogs. They feel like gym shorts, but look like khaki shorts. The ultra-breathable fabric keeps you cool, and the built-in liner is an added layer of support. To top it all off, Bird Dog shorts look so good, you can wear them anywhere. Go to birddogs.com/shorts for a free Yeti-style tumbler with your order. That's birddogs.com/shorts. Promo code SHORTS for a free Yeti-style tumbler. You won't want to take your Bird Dogs off. We promise you.
Can you feel it? Hear it? It's all around you. It's the air we share. At Daikin, the world's #1 air conditioning company, we're pioneering technologies to perfect and protect the air that connects us all. Even now, we're working towards reducing our carbon emissions to net zero by 2050, while developing new ways to make the air indoors perfect. Perfect your air with Daikin. Visit perfectingtheairny.com.
At PPAC Private, we know that dreams can lead to great achievements. And that path, from dream to reality, takes planning, hard work, and determination. Our wealth managers understand our commitment to client success. We're dedicated to providing the guidance that helps them achieve it, generation after generation. While others dream, PPAC clients achieve. For advice in planning, investment management, and trust and fiduciary solutions, visit ppacprivate.com. Not FDIC insured, no bank guarantee, may lose value.
Landmark College, the college for students who learn differently, offers summer programs to help high school and college students unlock their learning abilities and discover how their unique thinking makes a difference. Landmark College offers programs beginning in July for rising high school juniors and seniors, recent high school graduates, and current college students struggling to find success in and out of the classroom. There's still time to apply for summer. Visit landmark.edu/summer.
Wins News Time, 4:15. So what now in Russia? A day after the history day for the history books yesterday. At day's end yesterday, the leader of the mercenary group Wagner, Yevgeny Prigozhin, had turned around his troops from heading to Moscow. And the Kremlin had announced that his troops would not be prosecuted after Vladimir Putin just hours before charged them with treason. And it would also be announced by the Kremlin that Prigozhin would be going off to live in neighboring Belarus, although there's no sight of Prigozhin today. Today, Secretary of State Blinken says that the aborted Wagner rebellion exposes what he calls real cracks in Putin's authority.
Until recently, Prigozhin vigorously denied any links to Wagner, but stepped out of the shadows last year, recruiting prisoners from Russian penal colonies in exchange for pardon, and at salaries far higher than any regular Kremlin soldiers. And he certainly enjoyed the notoriety, filming himself strutting around the battlefield.
That's correspondent Deborah Pata. Meanwhile, a top Russian diplomat is visiting Beijing for talks.
Russia's Deputy Foreign Minister Andrei Rudenko is in Beijing for a meeting with Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang. According to the Chinese Foreign Ministry, they'll be discussing international and regional issues of common concern. While no formal allies, Russia and China are maintaining close ties, with China not condemning the invasion in Ukraine. Rudenko's visit comes a day after the head of a private mercenary army rebelled against President Putin's power. I'm Mimi Montgomery.
Wins News Time, 4:17. We do stories about Iran. We usually do not do stories about cars, let alone Cadillacs.
GM partnered with an Iranian firm to build a Seville, which represented the height of luxury in Iran before the 1979 Islamic Revolution.
It's equipped with Cadillac's new Trip computer.
And
it shows your speed with digital computer accuracy.
Online inflation calculators show that the base price of over 12 grand in 1976 was tripled in Iran at the height of that nation's oil boom in the 70s to over $200,000 in today's money. In Iran, Khosrow Dahagan restores Sevilles with love and sweat. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
Wins News Time, 4:18. Headlines.
Asheville can't be put in a box. We can barely be contained by mountains and rivers, surrounded by nature that nurtures us. Our roots run deep. Here, you'll find thought leaders and thought provokers. We craft and brew and make and innovate, always flowing in our own direction. We're a mixture of flavors, a hybrid of styles, and through it all, we are always Asheville. Dream bigger and linger longer at exploreasheville.com.
You aren't just one you. There are many sides to you. There's the one that lives for drama.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
The one with the wild side.
I'm on my way to Flavortown!
And the one who's a kid at heart.
You will respect my authority.
There are many sides to you, and they all deserve the best. Introducing Max, the one to watch.
Start streaming iconic series, movies, originals, and family favorites. Subscription required. Visit Max.com.
This summer, go to the movies. Projected on the side of a mountain. Discover a new favorite restaurant. Your campsite. Find yourself when you lose your signal. Discover a new playlist. Mother Nature. Make your summer special at the Kia Summer Sales Event for the dependable Kia SUV or powerful sedan. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/5/23.
You don't need to get personal, like revealing orange juice commercials make you cry. To get the State Farm personal price plan, just call or go to statefarm.com for a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
I replaced all my Lululemon shorts with Bird Dogs. Bird Dog shorts do the exact same thing, but fit way better. They actually look like khaki shorts, so I can wear them all day for my morning hike or bike ride to the bar. I can't stop wearing them. Join over 1 million guys who discovered the best shorts on the market. Go to birddogs.com/shorts for a free Yeti-style tumbler with your order. That's birddogs.com/shorts. Promo code SHORTS for a free Yeti-style tumbler. You won't want to take your bird dogs off. We promise you.
Only one radio station has the music soundtrack to the Macy's 4th of July fireworks. So make sure to bring us along and hear the celebration in crystal clear audio on 92.3 FM.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good afternoon. It's 81 degrees at 420. I'm Bud Mishkin. Here's what's happening. An estimated 1 million spectators at today's 53rd annual Pride March in the city. CDC warning about a parasite that has affected 20 to 30 people in New York State. Librarians have gathered in Chicago to discuss how to fight back against book bans. Maury Povich launches at-home paternity test kits called The Results Are In. And 1010 Wins entertainment news at the box office. Another good weekend for the Spider-Verse. Sports, the Yankees have come back against Texas, and they now lead 5-3 in the 9th inning. The Mets are leading the Phillies 6-3 in the bottom of the 8th in Philadelphia. AccuWeather, still some showers and thunderstorms around, especially in New Jersey tonight. Wins News Time, 421. That's time for traffic and transit with Gloria Chapa.
Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. You're going to take a lot of patience with you if you want to cross the George. The upper level is an hour and a half inbound, an hour on the lower level, 45 outbound. The Lincoln 35 in, 10 to 15 out. Holland 30 to 35 in, 15 out. The Goethals to Staten Island 10 to 15. The outer bridge is 25. Now, if you're heading into New Jersey over the outer bridge, there is a crash. It's blocking the right lane on the span. Now, moving over to Manhattan, New York City Pride Parade and Festival. Street closures between 5th Avenue and 25th Street, and then the parade winds over to 7th Avenue and 16th Street, and all those closures will be there until 6. New York State Thruway southbound before exit 1 in Yonkers, got a crash there, and here's what we see on Long Island's Big 3. Westbound LAE, pockets of traffic from the Jericho Turnpike to Shelter Rock Road, again into the Cross Island. Northern State westbound, slow Willis Avenue to Lakeville Road, and the Southern State westbound, Merrick Avenue to Peninsula Boulevard. This report sponsored by Hawthorne Chevrolet. I'm Gloria Chapa. Our next report at 4:31, 1010 Wins, 92.3 FM.
It's been a hot, humid day for the New York City Pride Parade. Good idea, as always, stay hydrated on a day like today. A weather check from Brian Thompson.
It's going to remain very humid this afternoon, and we will have more clouds developing as the afternoon goes on. There will be some pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Now, a lot of the time should be rain-free this afternoon, although any storm could contain a heavier downpour. High temperatures will be in the mid-80s, but AccuWeather real field temperatures will be up near, even above 90 at times, thanks to the high humidity.
Wins News Time, 423. Sights and the sounds, mostly the sounds, and the joy of the New York City Pride Parade today, heading down 5th Avenue. Pride parades are happening in cities all across the United States, and security is tight.
In the build-up to Pride events in this country, the NYPD quotes online communications from extremist groups referring to June, Pride Month, as a target-rich environment and threatening things could really get nasty. For police, this is a remarkable turn. The Pride movement was born out of police persecution of the gay community, and now police say they're here to protect the community from the nation's political anger and from violent extremist groups, both foreign and domestic.
It's correspondent Aaron Katursky. Mexico City's Pride March was yesterday. On Friday, hundreds of same-sex couples and transgender people celebrated weddings and the completion of administrative processes to change their gender in a mass ceremony. About 120 couples got married. Mexico City became the first jurisdiction in Latin America to legalize same-sex marriage back in 2009. Gun violence on the Lower East Side just before 1 a.m. this morning.
It came into the police as a 911 call about a man shot right in front of 210 Rivington Street. It turns out the victim was 18 years old, and they found him with a gunshot wound to his neck. He was rushed to New York Presbyterian Lower Manhattan Hospital, but it was just too late. The 18-year-old was dead. The police aren't clear yet if he was the intended target or an innocent person who happened to be walking by. There's been no arrest, and the person's name isn't being released until his family is notified. Carol DiOria, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM on the Lower East Side.
CDC is reporting that between 20 and 30 people in New York State have been infected with a food parasite since April. CDC says it's part of a larger trend of a single-celled parasite called Cyclospora that has sickened more than 200 people across 22 states. Last night in Denver, a little bit of baseball history. The Angels set a new franchise record for runs scored in a game, 25. They had 13 in a single inning, beating the Rockies 25-1. After the game, Angels manager Phil Nevin.
I don't know. I mean, I'm glad we came out, swung the bats and everything. It's just, you get to a spot where you don't want to disrespect the game or Buddy Black and those guys over there, people that I love and care about. So you just don't want it to get out of hand.
Good for him. It's a nice sentiment referring to the Colorado manager, Bud Black. Wins News Time, 425. Money Watch up next.
Landmark College, the college for students who learn differently, offers summer programs to help high school and college students unlock their learning abilities and discover how their unique thinking makes a difference. Landmark College offers programs beginning in July for rising high school juniors and seniors, recent high school graduates, and current college students struggling to find success in and out of the classroom. There's still time to apply for summer. Visit landmark.edu/summer.
This summer, go to the movies. Projected on the side of a mountain. Discover a new favorite restaurant. Your campsite. Find yourself when you lose your signal. Discover a new playlist. Mother Nature. Make your summer special at the Kia Summer Sales Event with a dependable Kia SUV or powerful sedan. Kia. Movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/5/23.
Don't you wish your khaki shorts were legitimately comfortable instead of stiff cotton? Try Bird Dogs. Bird Dogs stretch khaki shorts look like khaki shorts, but feel like gym shorts. They have it all. Anti-stink, sweat-wicking fabric, a super comfortable built-in liner, and zipper pockets to keep everything secure. It's time to swap your old school khakis for Bird Dogs. Go to birddogs.com/shorts for a free Yeti-style tumbler with your order. That's birddogs.com/shorts. Promo code SHORTS for a free Yeti-style tumbler. You won't want to take your Bird Dogs off. We promise you.
Do you want a second chance to win cash? Enter eligible HGTV's My Lottery Dream Home Scratch-Off tickets from the New York Lottery for a second chance to win $1 million. Visit NYLMyLotterydreamhome.com today for a chance to give your dreams a home. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus.
At PPAC Private, we know that dreams can lead to great achievements. And that path, from dream to reality, takes planning, hard work, and determination. Our wealth managers understand our commitment to client success. We're dedicated to providing the guidance that helps them achieve it, generation after generation. While others dream, PPAC clients achieve. For advice in planning, investment management, and trust and fiduciary solutions, visit ppacprivate.com. Not FDIC insured, no bank guarantee, you may lose value.
Now Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins.
That bus, subway, or commuter rail may be about to cost you more, and you may have to wait longer for your ride because the biggest transit systems in the nation together face a $6.6 billion funding shortfall, according to numbers crunched by Bloomberg. Jano Lieber is chair and CEO of New York's MTA. He says things are improving.
At the beginning of COVID, we were down 90% on the subways, 95% on the commuter rails, and we were losing $200 million a week. Right now, we're way up to over 60% of pre-COVID levels.
But a full rebound from remote work may never happen. Inflation is also pushing costs off the rails. San Francisco's transit system warning service cuts may be coming, and transit systems in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Boston, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, and the larger Bay Area combined contribute about $6 trillion annually to the nation's economy. Lieber says people need it to survive.
Transit is like air and water in New York. It's existential.
Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Denise Pellegrini for 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
The first ever Mazda CX-90 is absolutely incredible. This is the perfect three-row SUV packed with tons of safety features like lane keep assist, smart brake support, and a 360-degree camera that makes driving this three-row SUV easy to drive. It is thoughtfully designed around the driving experience. The Mazda CX-90 is powerful and responsive. It's unlike any other three-row SUV I've driven. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com and schedule your test drive.
Max is the streaming service for every mood. Today you're feeling like Khaleesi, the mother of dragons.
I was born to rule the Seven Kingdoms.
Tomorrow you may feel like Harry Potter.
Expecto Patronum!
Sometimes you feel a little grouchy.
And I love being grouchy.
Or you feel like an adventure.
I'm on my way to Flavortown!
And sometimes you just need a laugh with friends. No matter what mood you're in, Max has it all. Max, the one to watch. Subscription required. Visit Max.com.
81 degrees in Midtown, going down to a low 69 tonight. Good afternoon, I'm Bud Mishkin. Wins News Time at the Tone, 4:30.
Good afternoon. I am Stephanie Officer. Chicago librarians have been gathering to discuss how to fight back against book bans.
At the American Library Association's annual conference, the titles include Countering Book Challenges and Fighting Legislative Censorship. The conference comes as several states have pushed to restrict access to books in schools and libraries. Most of the books centered on issues like race and LGBTQ topics. Jamie Gregory, who was named the 2022 South Carolina School Librarian of the Year, says she's been called a pedophile. While another attendee says parents always have the right to choose what their children read, but they don't have the right to restrict access to everyone else's children.
Correspondent Linda Kenyon reporting. Wayne's News Time, 4:31. Time for traffic and transit on the ones. What's shaking, Gloria Chapa?
Well, of course, we've got the New York City Pride Parade and Festival, so you're going to see street closures where the parade starts at 5th Avenue and 25th Street, and then it winds its way over to 7th Avenue and 16th Street. Lots of street closures between those 2 points. That means don't drive through. If you can, avoid the whole area, take a walk, or take the train instead. Now, here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels, and this report sponsored by Adorama at 42 West 18th Street. The upper level of the George, an hour and a half inbound, an hour on the lower level, 45 outbound. Lincoln 35 in, 10 to 15 out. Holland 30 to 35 in, and 15 minutes on the outbound side. The New Jersey bound Outer Bridge crossing, there's a crash. It's blocking the right lane on the span. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big Three. Westbound LAE has pockets of traffic from the Jericho Turnpike to Shelter Rock Road, again into the Cross Island. Westbound Northern State is sluggish from Willis Avenue to Lakeville Road, and the Southern State westbound Merrick Avenue to Peninsula Boulevard. Adorama, the photo community's favorite choice for content creators, with in-store events and daily deals on gear and accessories. Mention our radio ad and get $20 off $100 purchase in store. Adorama, 42 West 18th Street in New York City. Online at Adorama.com. I'm Gloria Tapa. Our next report at 4:41. 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Wins News Time, 4:32. Let's check out your official 1010 Wins AccuWeather 4-day forecast. What do you say, meteorologist Brian Thompson?
Well, I think we got a quieter night in store for at least the first half of tonight, Stephanie. We did have some showers and storms, some heavy storms earlier across parts of New Jersey. We really lucked out in the city, especially for the Pride March. Really had very little rain this afternoon. Obviously not the most comfortable day with the high humidity, but it has been mainly dry. The sky pretty sunny over the city right now. And even across most areas north and west, we're seeing drying conditions as well. Just across northwest New Jersey, parts of Orange County, we have some spotty showers. But we'll have the risk for a thunderstorm at times into tonight. A lot of the time's going to be dry, though, with clouds. So we'll be muggy with some patches of fog developing, a low of 69. Warm and sticky tomorrow with clouds and some breaks of sun. There will be a few showers and thunderstorms. And the afternoon and evening thunderstorm could bring damaging winds, hail, and perhaps a flooding downpour, a high of 81. And muggy later tomorrow night, a low down to 68 with lingering clouds. Tuesday and Wednesday, kind of like today, we'll have some showers and storms around. There will be the potential for downpours as the humidity remains high. Highs will be in the upper 70s and could see more of the same into Thursday and Friday. It's 81 degrees right now, mostly sunny in Central Park. Humidity 67%. Wind is out of the south at 9. Repeated the current temperature 81 going down to 69 in Midtown. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station. 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
79 degrees right now in South Ozone Park. 80 degrees both in Englewood, New Jersey and Allendale. Winds News Time 4:33.
You don't need to get personal, like revealing orange juice commercials make you cry. To get the State Farm personal price plan, just call or go to statefarm.com for a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Can you feel it? Hear it. It's all around you. It's the air we share. At Daikin, the world's #1 air conditioning company, we're pioneering technologies to perfect and protect the air that connects us all. Even now, we're working towards reducing our carbon emissions to net zero by 2050, while developing new ways to make the air indoors perfect. Perfect your air with Daikin. Visit perfectingtheairny.com.
Winds News Time 4:34 in Boston. A short time ago, U.S. Coast Guard officials provided a live update on the investigation into the submersible vessel that imploded and killed all 5 people on board last week while traveling to see the Titanic wreckage.
The discovery of the Titan submersible wreckage marked the conclusion of the search and rescue aspect of this incident. the Coast Guard has officially convened a Marine Board of Investigation into the loss of the submersible and the 5 people on board.
That was John Malger, commander of 1st Coast Guard District. The Coast Guard has now opened up the highest level of investigation they conduct in efforts of preventing a similar incident. For now, only some underwater bots known as ROVs or remote operated vehicles are still searching for the remains of the Titan or any of the humans who were on board. Wednesday News Time 4:35.
You are the father!
Does it ever get old? It certainly speaks for itself. Now the man who gave us these iconic lines and reactions to paternity results from about 3 decades is finally coming out with his own at-home paternity test just a year after winding down the Maury Show. 84-year-old Maury Povich told TMZ his business partner approached him with the idea in partnership with DNA Diagnostic Center, or DDC, the same company which ran paternity tests on his show for years. The at-home tests are, apropos, called "The Results Are In" after Povich's popular catchphrase. The kits, which were already available on DDC's website prior to Povich's announcement, include materials and instructions for how to take a DNA sample. Povich said DDC can provide a 99% accuracy rate, and the tests are all done confidentially, as opposed to on Maury, which put those results out live on Front Street. You ever notice the music in the background when you shop? It might be influencing how much you buy.
You might not even notice. Got music playing in the background while you're shopping. Swedish researchers decided to find out what effect it actually has. Turns out it doesn't matter if it's pop or elevator. Music encourages us to buy. The average supermarket shopper spent about $23 a trip compared to $15 when no music played. On the weekends, it doesn't seem to matter. One researcher chalks it up to the rigors of the work week and the relaxing effects of music that make you want to linger longer and fill up your cart.
Yeah, I'm hanging out if I hear Prince or Beyonce. So you got my money. Correspondent Deborah Rodriguez, Wins News Time, or FU, 437, 1010 Wins Entertainment News is next.
This summer, go to the movies. Projected on the side of a mountain. Discover a new favorite restaurant. Your campsite. Find yourself when you lose your signal. Discover a new playlist. Mother Nature. Make your summer special at the Kia Summer Sales Event with a dependable Kia SUV or powerful sedan. Kia. Movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/5/23.
Tired of buying a bunch of different shorts for working out, looking good, and just life in general? Try Bird Dogs. They feel like gym shorts, but look like khaki shorts. The ultra-breathable fabric keeps you cool, and the built-in liner is an added layer of support. To top it all off, Bird Dog shorts look so good you can wear them anywhere. Go to birddogs.com/shorts for a free Yeti-style tumbler with your order. That's birddogs.com/shorts. Promo code SHORTS for a free Yeti-style tumbler. You won't want to take your Bird Dogs off. We promise you.
Into News Time 438. Now 1010 Wins Entertainment News at the box office this week. Sony is enjoying its 4th weekend of Across the Spider-Verse atop the throne, bringing in $19.4 million. A close second is Disney Pixar's 2nd week of Elemental. That brought in $18.3 million, but the new Jennifer Lawrence comedy...
He tried everything to bring him out of his shell.
He doesn't come out of
No Hard Feelings is not doing that great. It did $4.8 million this weekend, down 26% after Thursday previews. First, a poetry book, now an album is on the way. Quite the rollout for Drake, who it feels like he usually tends to pop up with a new project around this time of year. You know, Drake and the Drake Summer Song. Drizzy took out full-page ads in major outlets like the New York Post, LA Times, and Houston Chronicle to promote his new poetry collection called Titles Ruin Everything, A Stream of Consciousness. Now, the ad contained a QR code leading to the website, titlesruineverything.com, where, of course, he teased his next album. A release date not yet set, but it does follow up last year's Billboard 200 chart-topping Her Loss, the collab with 21 Savage. Entertainment news at 38 past each and every hour right here on 1010 Wins. Wins News Time, 439.
Asheville's roots run deep, surrounded by nature that nurtures us. We craft and brew and make and innovate. We're a mixture of flavors, a hybrid of styles. And through it all, we're always Asheville. ExploreAsheville.com.
What can you expect at Adelphi University? Don't expect ordinary, because this is where extraordinary happens every day. Classes, smaller. Graduating salaries for our undergraduates, 30% higher than the national average. Generous scholarships, award-winning career guidance, over 90 clubs and organizations, and top-ranked academics. More scholarships, more internships. Whatever your goal, expect extraordinary. Adelphi University. Visit adelphi.edu/undergraduate.
Watching the fireworks is only half the experience. Crank up the music that goes with the spectacular on the only station that has it. 1010 Wins, the exclusive partner of the Macy's Fireworks Show, and now in crystal clear audio on 92.3 FM.
The Newswatch never stops. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good afternoon. 81 degrees, 440 on your Sunday, June 25th. I am Stephanie Officer. Here's what's happening. The city and nation celebrating Pride today. More than 1 million estimated to be taking part in the festivities in Manhattan. In the wake of several deadly fires caused by e-bike batteries, city officials say they're installing outdoor charging stations. Punches thrown across the boroughs, including the subway and in the LES. A freight train carrying hazardous materials derailed over a Montana bridge yesterday. And a Hollywood producer is testifying at Benjamin Netanyahu's corruption trial. In sports, the Yankees 5, Texas 3, top of the 9th, Mets 6, Philly 3, bottom of the 8th. We've got 81 degrees. We're going down to 69 in Midtown. It's news time, 441. Traffic and transit on the ones. What's good, Gloria Chapa?
Well, I can tell you what's not good, unfortunately. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The George inbound lower level has a crash mid-span. 2 right lanes are blocked. It's going to be an hour and a half on the upper, an hour on the lower end building. 45 outbound. Lincoln 35 in, 10 to 15 out. Holland 30 to 35 in and 15 minutes outbound. Now, I had a call in from Michael. Thank you again for always calling in to give us a tip on our traffic tip line, 844-JAM-1010. He says it's slow southbound Sawmill, McLean Avenue to Mosholu Parkway, and then again on the Deegan, it's slow southbound 230th Street to the George Washington Bridge. Northbound's also heavy. Madison Avenue Bridge into the George Washington Bridge. Now, Garden State Parkway northbound, you're going to see some delays. Exit 130 to the Colonial Service area, and then exit 136 to 140. I'm Gloria Chapa. Our next report at 451, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
I hear them whispering about the places that you clean and how you don't know how to keep your business.
Pride is here for the members of the LGBTQIA plus community and allies alike, as upwards of 1 million people flood the city for the annual Pride Parade. We're not the only ones celebrating today. Chicago, Minneapolis, Denver, Seattle also celebrating, many focusing this year on the rights of trans people. 7-time Grammy winner Christina Aguilera is headlining a post-march concert in Brooklyn this evening. New York's march is held on the last Sunday in June to commemorate the 1969 Stonewall Uprising, of course, where a police raid on a gay bar touched off days of protests. And our Darius Radzius had such a boring assignment. He's at the parade.
The parade route is filled with colors, and the energy here is very high. This is the second time Ashley Glover is attending this parade.
Really excited and happy. It's great to be here.
Parade organizer Kaz Alexander says the city has hosted the Pride March for about 40 years, but this one, he says, is an important one.
There are so many bills that have been passed all over the country that are really hard-hitting against the LGBTQ community, and we want to make sure that we have the opportunity to fight back.
Queens native Jojo Guaz came all the way from Los Angeles to be in this parade.
Love, happiness, excitement, energy, acceptance. That's the biggest thing.
Darius Radzius, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM at Madison Square Park.
And of course, Odyssey is a media partner of NYC Pride. Wins News Time 444.
I know a lot of you really want the State Farm personal price plan, but what's with the oversharing? Like this voicemail from Leah.
Jake from State Farm. Listen, so sometimes I like to nibble on licorice and pretend I'm a teeny mouse chewing through wires.
You don't need to get that personal. The State Farm personal price plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Unify
Unified's 4th of July sales event is here. This month only, save up to 30% off your home remodeling project. Unified is able to offer homeowners unbeatable prices for high-end products due to their long-lasting reputation with industry-leading manufacturers. Upgrade your home with new windows and doors from Anderson or Pella. Reface your home with siding from CertainTeed or Allside. And protect your roof with the best roofing shingle on the market from Owens Corning. Their award-winning team of experienced professionals will ensure flawless installation, giving you the peace of mind you need in a home design that you will love. Unlock the potential of your home with Unified Home Remodeling and experience the difference today. Take advantage of their limited time offer of 30% off your project this month only. This sale won't last forever. Schedule a free estimate for your next project by calling 888-631-2131 or visiting unifiedhomeremodeling.com today. Remember, for all your home remodeling needs, call
It's News Time 445. We here at 1010 Wins, of course, have been bringing you entirely too many tragic stories where people have lost their lives and or homes because of those dangerous e-bike batteries.
Over the past few years, there have been too many fires across New York City, Long Island, and beyond, caused by lithium-ion batteries used in e-bikes and in e-scooters. These batteries are poorly made, often in China, and they explode and cause fires. They are dangerous.
Of course, that was Senator Chuck Schumer speaking at a press conference on the matter this morning. Last week alone, 4 people died of smoke inhalation. 2 others were hospitalized after a fire in the HQ e-bike repair spread to the upper floor apartments. Of course, the lithium-ion batteries are highly flammable and not meant to be charged indoors. Now, New York officials say they're finally doing something about it. Here's Mayor Adams.
We expect a total of 327 stations to be installed throughout NYCHA developments, with more stations installed at larger developments. An average of 67 residents will be served by each station. This means that residents will no longer need to charge their e-bikes in their apartments.
$25 million in federal funds will pay for this. The city has issued nearly 500 summonses related to e-bikes, which can result in fines between $1,000 and $5,000. Went to News Time 446.
Don't you wish your khaki shorts were legitimately comfortable instead of stiff cotton? Try Bird Dogs. Bird Dogs stretch khaki shorts look like khaki shorts, but feel like gym shorts. They have it all. Anti-stink, sweat-wicking fabric, a super comfortable built-in liner, and zipper pockets to keep everything secure. It's time to swap your old school khakis for Bird Dogs. Go to birddogs.com/shorts for a free Yeti-style tumbler with your order. That's birddogs.com/shorts. Promo code SHORTS for a free Yeti-style tumbler. You won't want to take your Bird Dogs off. We promise you.
447 punches were thrown across the boroughs, including the subway, Lower Manhattan, and at Yankee Stadium. The first was last Sunday just before midnight when a 27-year-old woman was on the A-train platform in Brooklyn at the Clinton Washington station when a stranger, a male, punched her in the face and ran away. On Saturday, May 6th, just before 10 p.m. on the mezzanine at Yankee Stadium, a man was punched several times in the face so hard he was knocked out. On April 26th, just after midnight, a 34-year-old man was walking on Essex Street in the LES when he was punched in the back of the head. Then the suspect allegedly tried to grab the victim's bag. He ran off into the Delancey Street subway station. Police say they have no suspects in any of those cases, and they say they are investigating. Well, a driver crashed into a Brooklyn Dunkin' Donuts yesterday. CBS 2 reporting it happened on Nostrand Avenue in Sheepshead Bay just before 5 p.m. Cops say 3 people were treated for minor injuries. The vehicle shattered the storefront, but the Department of Buildings says there was no structural damage. What caused the crash is now under investigation. Went to News Time 448. A freight train carrying hazardous materials derailed when it drove over a bridge in Montana Saturday morning. The now collapsed bridge spans the Yellowstone River in Stillwater County. A twin span next to it was demolished last year. Emergency officials say several train cars carried molten sulfur and hot asphalt. Some of those cars are reportedly submerged in the flooded river. A Montana Rail Link spokesperson says both substances solidify quickly when they're exposed to cooler temps. Some water intakes downstream have been closed. Officials monitoring the river are said to be ready to react if any hazardous materials are detected.
The urgent race to contain a hazmat spill in the Yellowstone River after a freight train derailment and bridge collapse sent multiple cars plunging into the rushing water below. Authorities say it happened in Stillwater County, about 40 miles west of Billings, Montana, and 110 miles northeast of Yellowstone National Park. A yellow substance seen coming out of the wreckage. The Montana Rail Link, which owns the train, confirming the crew is safe and no injuries were reported.
That was correspondent Zareen Shah. Well, former Putin ally and head of Russia's private military Wagner Group, Yevgeny Prigozhin, is heading to exile in Belarus after a deal to call off his mercenary march on Moscow. Details of the deal to stop the armed uprising reportedly still murky.
I was told by a U.S. official that Prigozhin was very emotional about this. They don't really know why he turned around. There's some kind of deal. They don't know exactly what is in that deal or whether he even believes it. But they think possibly he turned around because he thought he might destroy Russia. It's catching the car, that if he went into Moscow, then what happens? Or he was concerned about his own fate.
That was correspondent Martha Raditz. Winds News Time 450. Traffic and AccuWeather in 1 minute on 1010 Winds.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Getting support from friends online kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
Instead of smoking after I ate, I'd get up and take a walk.
I missed having a cigarette in my hand, so I'd hold a pen or a straw, anything.
Until I knew I wouldn't give in to temptation, I spent more time with my friends who didn't smoke.
I went to places that were smoke-free.
I didn't stay quit the very first time I tried.
I kept on trying, and I learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
I quit.
I quit.
I quit.
We did it, so can you.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
Winds News Time 451. Traffic and transit on the ones. Where are we going, Gloria Chapa?
We're going to start you out with the Pride Parade and Festival. So street closures start at 5th Avenue and 25th Street, and then the parade winds its way to 7th Avenue and 16th Street. All those closures are going to be in place until 6, so avoid driving through that part of Manhattan or anywhere near it, or you're going to get stuck, and you're probably not going to really like that at all. Let's go ahead and take you into New Jersey. Route 35 has a crash south of 440, and then taking you to what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The inbound George, you're going to see an hour and a half on the upper, an hour on the lower, 45 outbound. Lincoln 35 in, 10 to 15 out. Holland 30 to 35 in, and 15 minutes on the outbound side. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big Three. Westbound LIE, pockets of traffic from the Jericho Turnpike to Shelter Rock Road, again into the Cross Island. Westbound Northern State is a little sluggish, Willis Avenue to Lakeville Road. And the Southern State has some slow traffic westbound Merrick Avenue heading into Peninsula Boulevard. Also, Route 110 northbound between Main Street and Girard Street in Huntington, all lanes are closed because of a crash. I'm Gloria Chapa. Our next report at 5:01, 1010 Winds and 92.3 FM.
Welcome to What If, the show where I, Jake from State Farm, answer your insurance what ifs. We've got a call from Millie. What's up?
Hi, Jake. What if, hypothetically, a moose gets mad at my car and rams into my windshield? Hypothetically.
Oh, just file a claim on the app. At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs.
Great, but what if the moose eats my phone? Hypothetically.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Winter News Time 452. Now let's get to your official 1010 Winds AccuWeather 4-day forecast for your brand new work and I guess a little bit of school this week. Here's meteorologist Brian Thompson.
Yeah, Stephanie, we had some showers and storms earlier, especially across New Jersey, where there was even some flooding with some of the heaviest storms. Things looking a lot quieter right now. We have a little more sunshine across the area. It's dry through the city, most of northeast New Jersey, the Hudson Valley, Connecticut, even Long Island, just really northwest New Jersey and up toward Orange County. It's where we have a couple of leftover showers. So there will be the risk for a shower or thunderstorm as we head through tonight. Much of the time, though, rain-free. It is going to be a muggy night ahead with clouds and some patches of fog developing, a low of 69. Warm and sticky tomorrow with clouds and some breaks of sun. We'll have a few showers and thunderstorms. Any afternoon or evening storm could bring damaging wind gusts, hail, and a flooding downpour, a high of 81 tomorrow. Muggy later tomorrow night with lingering clouds, low 68, and we'll still have a fair amount of clouds into Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll stay humid with a few showers and storms around each day, and we'll still have the potential for some downpours. Highs will be in the upper 70s both Tuesday and Wednesday. 81 degrees right now. It's mostly sunny in Midtown. We're going down to a low of 69 tonight. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
Right now, we've got 81 degrees in Secaucus, 80 in both Bay Ridge and Allendale. Winds News Time 454.